Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be rewatching and reviewing Fool's Gold. It's honestly probably my favorite video, like YouTube TV show, well, quote unquote TV show on YouTube right now. I love it so much. I actually spent the first time I watched it, I spent like 7 hours straight watching the entire series. This was back in like 2023, and I enjoyed every second of it. It is so good. It starts out slow, like this is probably like the worst episode. Oh, and by the way, the reason why I'm starting it like a minute in is because of how the rest of it is just like talking about just D&D and stuff. This is her first video and stuff. So I'm just skipping to the part where they're talking about the characters and stuff. Anyway.
Just a little bit of background. This was a 3.5 campaign done by my boyfriend Felix, and there were about 5 players.
Oh, and by the way, I hope that this will be the last time I'll have to
the other
use
two were
this
sick.
mic. It really
My character
sucks.
was a level
But it
6
might take like a
wild
few
mage
months.
named Sips. The thing about a wild mage is that they can cast
This is the
magic,
best mic
but they
I
have a
actually
percentile where their magic can go wild, where it can really mess up everything. You want to cast create water? Well, how about snakes? Or you want to cast light? Well, how about a dire bear? My character's wild magic percentile was determined by how much his curse was grown on him. He had a crocodile hand, and the more that it grew onto him and his skin became more into a crocodile, the higher percentage his wild magic was. At the time, he was about at 30% for his magic to just go buck wild. The session started normally like all sessions, where we were trying to get to another town, and this town particularly was in the swamps,
Players were
and it was called Alchemist Quarry.
That the
We're traveling through the
models,
swamps, and we constantly have to make reflex saves.
the characters were not actually
Because
drawn.
there's friggin'
Here that they were actually playing
earthquakes every gosh darn minute. We didn't really think much of it, but turns out it's kind of our death. Foreshadowing. We arrived at the town, and this town was really, it was magical as fuck. Everything was magical. All the buildings, all the people, just magic, 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 magic. Since there were only about 3 of us instead of the normal 5, we kind of all looked at each other and went, want to go get drunk?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
We went for a drink, and well, my character doesn't really drink. He's never gotten drunk before. So initially when we went to the bar, he kind of hung out and did nothing until one of the players in my group went up to me and said, "Hey, you want to sing karaoke with me?" And Sips was like, I'm gonna have to get really drunk for that. So he rolled and he got a natural 1. So he kind of just looked at the drink and was instantly smashed. Now, I don't know what you think, but I think having a drunk wild mage is not really a great combination. But Sips managed to go up there and actually crush it. He was a great singer, he rolled high, and at the end, he wanted to show off his little bit of magic and cast dancing lights as something like, ta-da! Well, when he did that, Felix rolled for the percentile and got like a 29, like just under the percentile. So as soon as he cast lights, dancing lights, it was wild magic.
I've watched pretty much every
We all
episode
kind of
about
looked
3
at each
times,
other and
so
went,
I know pretty much
what's gonna happen? And so Felix was like, okay, I got this. He looks at the chart next to him, and he rolls to see what he has to choose from the chart. So he rolls, and then you kind of see this expression on his face where he goes, ooh. And then everybody kind of like looks at each other and goes, what's up, Felix? With this blank stare
is probably
into
the
nothingness.
worst
He goes,
wild magic he's ever
when
done.
you cast dancing
The
lights,
second one is definitely
you
where
feel the
he's
energy
fun.
leave
The
your
second one is
hand,
probably one of
and then you feel nothing after. As you have now created a 700-foot radius of permanent
it's only when you put down
dead magic.
A one-way portal to the shadow
no
plane
magic
in
can exist
curtains,
in this space.
which is probably
ever.
my favorite moment.
We're in
my
a
favorite,
city
top 3 favorite moments
that
of
is
this
all
entire
magic.
show.
Everything's magic.
Series.
The drinks are magic. Food's magic. Your underwear is magic. Everything is magic. And I just created a 700-foot radius, so 1,400 feet across, of permanent dead magic. Sips kind of like stands there, and first of all, he's drunk, so he doesn't really realize what just happened. But the player next to me definitely knows what just happened. Everybody in the bar just starts to freak out. The guards
I'm surprised they
go
realized
into a
what
panic.
exactly happened.
They see what I just did, and they just charge at me. In which the player next to me grabs me and says, "Oh, we gotta go." We run down the alley being chased by these pretty pissed off guards and pretty pissed off civilians. And my character's like, "What's everybody so mad about?" We see a building that we can climb up and hide from everyone. We get up, and we somehow manage to avoid the guards and the angry mob of magic users. Well, prior magic users. And there comes over this false sense of security, that everything's fine. And we're on top of this building, and it's like, oh, thank God we lost them. Probably not a great idea to create a 700-foot radius of permanent dead magic. But you see, that wasn't the problem, because the problem was really when I heard Felix go, "How big was that permanent dead magic zone?" And I kind of like turn to him and say, like 700 feet radius, so 1,400 feet across. And he just has this horrified look on his face. You can just see the numbers floating in front of his head as he's trying to calculate something. He turns and goes through his notes frantically, looking for something. And then you just hear a, oh no, oh no, in which the entire group goes, what is it? And then we feel a rumble underneath us. The same rumbles we've been feeling all throughout the campaign, these little earthquakes that I was complaining about. Yeah, so we turn and we see this creature bursting out of the ground and rising up. And you know what it is? For any of you kids at home that may know,
yeah, it's a
Tarrasque. And for any of you kids who don't know what a Tarrasque is at home, this thing is 50 feet tall, 70 feet long, and weighs 130 tons. This is the scariest creature in D&D. It eats worlds for fun.
Well, the Bagman is the scariest D&D creature.
Let me just read an excerpt from the D&D Wikipedia page on the Tarrasque. Although no one present has likely ever seen it before, its hulking monstrosity is instantly recognized to anyone who has ever heard the stories of the legendary Wrath. There is only one beast that casts its shadow over entire cities, only one creature capable of striking such fear into all who gaze upon it. After all, there is only one Tarrasque. All it does is kill, eat, sleep, and repeat. This thing has 700 health, attacks with plus 46, and moves at 80 feet per turn. This thing is insane. And did I forget to mention that I'm a level 6? All my party members are a level 6. How are we supposed to go against a level 20? It's a god! Yeah, because it turns out this village out in the middle of nowhere has a frickin' Tarrasque underneath it that was held by immovable rods of magic. So when I cast that dead magic zone of 700 feet, it kind of dispelled the rods and released the Tarrasque. But it wasn't really my fault, because who friggin' keeps a Tarrasque underneath their city? That's like keeping the Antichrist in your closet. So I drunkenly sang karaoke so bad that I released the apocalypse. Yep. Today's video is
Thankfully,
sponsored
this
by
all gets cleared
thedeckofmany.com.
up and
My
fixed.
first sponsor, you guys. Yay! Also, this is a part 2 of my previous D&D video, so I'd recommend watching part 1 so you're not wondering what the heck I'm talking about. But if you don't, I get it. You're a rebel. You live on the edge. Okay, so why is there a part 2 to this? You'd think after releasing a Tarask, it'd be game over, right? And believe me, we thought that too. We were planning to throw our character sheets into the fire. Till Felix was like, just hold on a second. My group's philosophy for playing D&D is fun trumps rule. So if there's a rule that we all unanimously agree is kind of silly or just doesn't really work, we get rid of it. It's just our interpretation of the game, which is fine. Everybody plays D&D differently, and that just happens to be the way we do it. So we all agreed we wanted to give it another shot and keep this campaign going. We loved our characters and the story that Felix was making, so we weren't gonna give up now. We ain't no quitters. To be honest, I didn't think I'd be talking about this anymore, but I think it's interesting and fun. It's all kind of an experiment. So let's have a go at it, right? Okay, so let's establish some things I left out from the previous video. Our team consists of a druid named Gothy,
My
a
favorite
crystal
character.
golem named Gorthan, a spell scale named Julian,
Gothy
and a
has always
magical
been my
girl
favorite
named
character.
Arena. Yes, we have a magical girl, and yes, she sparkles and everything, and yes, we are blinded every time she transforms. My eyes! Alchemist Quarry is also inhabited by mostly anthropomorphic creatures. It's pretty much Furry Town, which we constantly make fun of Felix for making.
There's a reason they're furries, damn it!
We'll get back to that later. Also, the name of the campaign is called Fool's Gold. It's because at the start of the campaign we were all merchants, which eventually we all became adventurers. Fun fact, the three of us are standing outside of the city, watching this Tarask start to decimate buildings and start the apocalypse. Sips is still drunk and eventually is slapped out of it. And now he can see what he did. Well, I'm just gonna go. Nope, we are fixing this. How? I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of made a 700-foot radius of permanent dead magic, and I kind of use magic, so I can't exactly do anything. I could yell at it, but I don't think that's gonna help. The group brainstormed around the table for what seemed like forever, because essentially we're trying to stop the apocalypse. Maybe we could freeze it with a huge amount of freezing potion. Maybe we could, like, find a genie and wish it gone. Now hear me out. Another Tarask. Are you still drunk? In the meantime, the city mages come together and form a circle around the city, slowly dispelling the permanent magic zone. Pretty much the entire time that our group is running around, freaking out, and being useless. Eventually, they dispel the zone, and out comes this woman, this mysterious figure who is very obviously the leader, who brings out two followers
He's the
and a
second
chest.
or third main
Open up the
antagonist of
chest
the-
and give her
of
what
this series.
looks to be shrunken versions of the Tarask's hands, feet, and head. It's kind of like those like voodoo shrunken head kind of stuff. Creepy. She puts them on and starts to control the Tarask using magic, like some kind of crazy puppet master. Extra creepy. Right at that moment when she starts to use the voodoo that she do, all the anthropomorphic NPCs in the town start to freak out. Like they're on fire, but there's no fire. It seems like the magic that she's using is affecting the citizens, but only the furries. And then Sips feels it too, but only in his cursed arm. It's like somebody dipped your arm into acid. Great. Should we deal with that? Nope, this is fine, this is perfect, this is great. Yep. Sips tries to cast sleep on himself to try to get away from the pain, but he fails his concentration check because he feels like he's burning in acid. Gothy quickly shoves a sleeping potion down Sips' throat to make him fall asleep, but he succeeds his save, so his body won't take it and he won't fall asleep. I'm just rolling saves like Go to sleep, damn it! But he keeps succeeding. So while this is happening, all the mages surround this lady and buffs her constitution to double the amount of the Tarrasque. So essentially bumping her HP like a madman. Then she starts to choke herself, which translates to the Tarrasque choking itself. Due to her ridiculous constitution, she is able to outlast it. It's kind of like a holding your breath contest in a way. And essentially, she chokes out the Tarrasque like a boss. So while this is all happening, everybody's just watching and going like, whoa, this is crazy. Whoa, this is so cool. Wow. While Sips is just screaming in agony in the background. She stops the magic. Everybody, including Sips, stops freaking out and feeling like they're gonna die. She then takes off her creepy gear, turns in our direction, and takes a second. Sips? Sips's face of first pain, then relief, then confusion, turns to just pissed. Just a look of pure rage as he is staring down the woman that ruined his life, Kinora. Okay, so I kind of need to let you know a little bit about Sips's backstory for you to know why he looks at this woman like he wants to cast a level 9 spell up her face. Sips is not actually an anthropomorphic monkey or an apeling like some of you guys think, or some other monkey races in D&D. He's just a normal monkey who, when very young, got taken and sold to be an entertainment monkey. Those ones with the little hats and the music box, not a great look for him. He's just a monkey who hated his life. Till one day, a mysterious figure came up to Sips's owner, Hodge, and asked to buy Sips's hands and feet. Just the hands and feet. You weirdo! So Hodge knocks Sips out, cuts off his hand. Sips wakes up, 'cause you just cut off his hand. Attacks Hodge, 'cause you just cut off his hand. And beelines it out of there to the swamps. He's losing a lot of blood, and he becomes lost. Then, lo and behold, guess who shows up? Boom boom, mysterious figure who wanted his hands and feet because they're creepy. Which turns out to be, boom boom, Kinora. She offers to help him. I mean, he's a monkey. He has no idea what's going on, what this woman is saying, so he's gonna die if he doesn't accept, so he's like, okay. She takes him back to her house, essentially a voodoo shack. She's a witch doctor who's bat crazy. Puts him on a table and helps him, emphasis on help, by attaching a very special, a very cursed, magical crocodile hand onto his vacant stump of a right arm. At that moment, so much magic and energy flows through him that he becomes awakened. So for anybody who doesn't know how the Awaken spell works, it pretty much just means that you become conscious or sentient. So Monkey ain't no stupid monkey anymore. He understands. And Kinora's like, cool, now we can replace some other things. Nope, this witch is crazy. I'm out. Sips attacks Kinora and nopes right out of there. So from there on, he just traveled and slowly became Sips. So you can get why he stares at this woman with the rage of 1,000 suns. But I'm gonna leave it here for a part 3 because the video is getting a bit long. I'm not really sure how you guys are gonna react to this video, but I had fun making it, so okay, I'm happy. I will also be putting out an animated story video in between these, probably, unless the urge hits me to just keep going with part 3 like right away. So you probably won't get part 3 until September. Anyway, thanks for watching, and this video was sponsored by thedeckofmany.com. They make convenient reference cards for 5th edition D&D of monsters, NPCs, conditions, a lot of really cool stuff. As a DM, I can clearly see why these would be a godsend. So link in the description. This video is sponsored by the Deck of Many Animated Spells Kickstarter. Let's do this. Sips is staring down Kinora. Now, the smart thing to do after seeing a person who just took down a Tarrasque with just their magic would to not mess with said person. But I never said Sips was a smart monkey. He gets up and slowly starts to walk towards this woman. And in his mind, all you can hear is murder, 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 murder. And you better believe I'm rolling to see if he finally fails his saves against that sleep potion that is still in his system so he can fall unconscious. 'Cause by this point, everyone around the table is chanting, pass out, pass out, pass out. 'Cause if he attacks Kinora, if this turns into a fight, we can't win. She has an army of furries, crazy voodoo magic, and the ability to control a Tarrasque. Ain't nobody messing with that. Sips don't care though. He's a problematic monkey child with revenge issues. He reaches Kinora despite fighting against the sleep potion. So, funny seeing you. And he chokes her. Murder, 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 murder! What is with our campaign and choking? Sips casts lightning bolt right there and then, zapping the living shit out of her. It was
Holy
very
crap.
satisfying. And then... he gets knocked out by a guard. I mean, he just did attack their leader, so... Then he wakes up. In jail.
He didn't get executed.
Sips? In jail with him is an NPC, Ohio Jack. Jack is that NPC you constantly forget exists, but is pretty important to the plot. So finally when he shows up, you're like, ah, Jesus! Jack is actually the reason we're in Alchemist Quarry, so technically this is his fault. The main plot for Fool's Gold is Jack hired the gang to travel around exploring these ancient ruins that were once inhabited by an ancient race called the Foreclaimers that disappeared over 2,000 years ago. And our job is to go in there, get information, and these really big crystals. Like big enough to crush your grandma with. The group's not too fond of him, and Sips really doesn't like him. And now they're in jail together. Awesome. So
Sips doesn't like
apparently
that
they
many
threw
people.
him in jail because they think Jack released the Tarrasque because he was at the scene of the karaoke. Wait. So you're telling me you released the Tarrasque? Yeah. While singing karaoke? Yeah. I should be surprised,
That is one of the
but
dumbest things.
I really am not. So wait, how did you end up in jail then? Tried to electrocute the leader lady, witch. Yeah, that's not great. Sure felt great. Hey Sips, over here. Gothy and Arena find Sips through a prison window and try to help him escape. I ain't going anywhere. I gotta murder a witch. Doctor. Well then what do we do? Go get Sneeze. You mean Sneeze, an NPC that is super important to the story, the same Sneeze that is your loyal companion
Nobody
in
knows
Sips's
what
plotline and
Sneeze
growth as a character?
exactly is.
The same Sneeze that you have not mentioned in any episode so far? Yeah. And bring the giant mech dragon. You also mean the giant mechanized dragon that we found in an ancient ruin? Yeah, all that crap. Look, it's really hard to explain a D&D campaign when you start in the frickin' middle, okay? Gothy transforms into a mouse and hops into Sips's pocket. He and Jack are taken to the interrogation room where they meet face to face with Kinora. Remember to keep composed, Sips. I am super composed. He sits with super composure. So, let's start over with less murdering and have a civil conversation. Great. Do you know why my city is inhabited by anthropomorphic creatures? I don't know. You held this really rad furry convention and they just never left? No. So, pretty much, this is how it works. She explains that she would grab random individuals and do essentially what she did to Sips to them. So, cutting off their hand, splicing them with another creature. The creature eventually takes over, and when the process is over, they lose their memory and become part of Kinora's creepy voodoo-controlled army.
See? I told you there was a reason they were furries.
Yeah, it's not great. Sips is kind of the unique case because he's the first animal she's done this to. The interrogation goes on, some snarky comments back and forth with Sips and Kinora, then Sips tells her about releasing the Trask. Wait. So you're telling me you released the Trask? You think you cast the 700-foot permanent dead magic in my city? Yeah, not my finest moment? Didn't really expect it over karaoke? Kinora laughs in Sips' face and goes, you can't cast magic. What? You're just a simple stupid monkey. Excuse me? I added some parts to you, yes, but nothing that would make you cast magic. You're literally just a monkey with an exotic hand attachment. What the heck are you talking about? Of course I can cast magic. I sure as heck shocked the garbage right out of you with a lightning bolt of magic. How do you explain that? Huh? Weather. Can I go now? Shut up! Look, why don't we stop talking nonsense and you listen to my offer? I will answer any questions you have. I mean, I have a feeling you don't remember everything that happened that night, do you? What does that mean? What does that mean? I'll tell you everything if you agree to allow me to experiment a little bit, maybe even add some things. I mean, I can teach you how to deal with your curse. You can become quite powerful. Okay, so Sips can learn about everything. He can probably reverse things, control wild magic, the curse, heck, become even more powerful. This is an opportunity. Sips leans in close to Kinora. Go to hell. And he casts lightning bolt at her. And it goes wild. And you know what happens? What magical crazy spell Felix rolls on this wild magic chart for today? Huh? Guess what it is? Nothing. Absolutely nothing happens. See? You can't cast magic. At that moment, Gothy transforms back into herself and straight up slaps Kinora right across the face. Roll initiative, because now we're in it. Typical D&D from 0 to 100 in a second. Kinora takes control over the guards with her crazy voodoo magic and attacks Gothy and Jack. Oh, this is really good. I forgot that she can puppeteer all her people. Nice. Then Kinora turns to Sips, and floating behind her is not 1, not 3, but 9 severed hands of different creatures. Oh, hands. Why did it have to be hands? Oh, and attached to each individual finger of each individual hand is a razor sharp whip. Cool. So now I'm fighting against a crazy hand-obsessed lady who has 1, 2, 3, 4, a lot of whips. Do you know how many attack rolls that is? I don't know, like 40. A lot. Sips dodges her attacks at first. Oh, and while she's attacking, she's like, let me experiment on you. We can work together. Let me take you out for lunch
Evil.
and shit. Go fuck yourself, you crazy witch. I'd rather die. Well, I mean, it's gonna happen if you keep this up. Shush! Sips shoots off a spell. Ha! But it goes wild again. Ah, nuts. And now you can only speak Goblin until you cover your head in water. So now my teammates have no idea what I'm saying, and I'm pissed. This woman is right in front of me, right for the murdering, and I can't do a damn thing. This is Sips' chance for that sweet slice of revenge cake, and I'm messing it up with stupid goblin nonsense. Everything is going to hell. So, you know, typical D&D session. Then Gothy whistles, and bursting through the door is a large
Jawbone!
hound. Jawbone. Gothy's familiar. Jawbone is pretty much of a dog and a shark had a baby, a murdering amphibious teeth machine baby that also breathes fire. Homebrew. So now, just in this small interrogation room, we got a big fire-breathing biting machine, possessed guards, Gothy, a very soiled, scared Jack, a very pissed-off Sips, and a lady with hands. A lot of hands.
With
Not great.
hands.
Then Sips feels a twinge in his right crocodile arm, and it starts to move on its own as it's being controlled by Kinora. She then uses her voodoo possession magic to cause Sips's arm to cast a burst of wild magic. Felix rolls for the chart, and he goes, "Oh, okay." 'Cause that's always really good to hear. Sips, you feel this energy being ripped from your arm without your control, and you see Kinora in front of you, and then you don't, as she is gone. Just like that. Apparently, when she cast the wild magic through Sips's arm, the magic triggered was she stopped time for 5 minutes. And then she just straight up peaced out. Sips? Oh, and your curse grows by 5%, so you're at 35% now. Yeah. Motherfuck! This video is brought to you by the Deck of Many Animated...
Alright, let's move to episode 4.
Today's
Second to
video
last
is
episode
sponsored
in
by
the
the
season.
deckofmany.com. Is Arena a JoJo reference? I guess. So no one in the group except Arena's player has watched JoJo, so the entire campaign we didn't get the reference. But now we do! So yes! Thank you, Internet. Though that JoJo reference is just a small sliver of who Arena is, as I'll explain in the other videos. So let's move on! Also, I suggest watching the previous part 3 video, just so you know what's going on, since it's been like 3 months. Anyway, we're in Kinora's interrogation room, where she just got away. That leaves Gothy, Jawbone, Jack, some dead guards, and Sips, whose curse just grew to 35%. Yay! Okay, don't worry. I'm gonna go out with Jawbone and see if I can find her. She couldn't have gone far.
Surprised you
so
didn't
just
murder them all.
stay here and
Except Sips.
don't kill Jack. Don't kill the archaeologist, please. Yeah, I'd like to second that. I think it's best if you don't talk.
He's not listening. to
Gothy
any
then
of this.
heads out on Jawbone to search for Kinora, leaving Sips with Jack. Now Sips, I know this looks bad. I mean, you did manage to finally get a chance to take revenge on your mortal enemy and kinda sorta let her get away, but look on the bright side. I mean, we're alive, and the guards are dead, so really, I mean... Oh, thank God he's gone. I need to change my pants. Sips walks out of City Hall where he was being kept, and he's just pissed. Mother frickin' God. Hands. Sips. And we see our other player, Gorthan, our crystal golem. Oh, Gorthan, why are you covered in blood? Well, you know what? I don't want to know. You wouldn't happen to have seen a crazy lady with 9 severed hands and with the face of a bitch walk by, would you? Gorthan laughs. Wait, you lost Kinora? Wow, you must feel like garbage. I mean, you really had like 1 chance and you let her get away. Woof. Okay, now I know this player wasn't trying to piss off Sips, but on this particular day where everything's not going really great, he just snaps. In my head, I'm like, am I doing this? Man, oh man, you're never gonna get a chance like that again. Oh yeah, I'm doing this. Sips slaps Gorthan right across the face. Ooh. Now, player drama's nothing special for a normal player. But Sips is not a normal player, as Felix asks, did you just slap Gorthan across the face with your cursed hand? Yeah. Something I haven't told you guys about Sips's curse. You guys know that when he casts a spell, there's a percentile chance it can turn wild, right? You know, you roll from the chart, simple. Well, on top of that, he also has a touch curse, meaning whenever he touches an object or a person with that cursed arm, there's a small chance, will save DC of 13, that he curses them. Yeah,
Thankfully,
this is
later in
one
the
of the
series,
reasons
he
why
has the
Sips is not really
ability-
that
ability to
touchy-feely
control
kind of guy. Now, the curse can be as innocent as you grow 1 inch taller, to as brutal as you can't cast magic. Ever. Now, the limits are you can only try to curse the object or person once. So if they save, you're unable to curse them forever. If you do manage to curse them, you can't curse them a second time. Throughout the entire campaign, I accidentally or purposely tried to curse the entire group. They all saved though, but I did not try to curse Gorthan up to this point, 'cause I forgot. Whoop! So he rolls a will save and fails. Oh yes. I take out my curse chart, yes, I have another chart, and roll to see what curse he gets. Then I see it. Oh no. Sliding the chart over to Felix, he reads it. Oh no. And pulls out the monster manual. Everyone around the table is quiet. I think the thing you guys should know by now is the Fool's Gold campaign is a gift that just keeps giving. Gorthan, you feel Sip slap you across the face. No harm comes to you, since you're a crystal golem being slapped by soft crocodile monkey hands. Yeah, I moisturize. But you feel a strange sensation run through your whole body as you become stretched, pulled, and transformed temporarily 1d4 hours into a Gorthan-sized Yurthak. This. What? Whoops. Sips just stares at Gorthan. Yurthan.
Gorthan.
Yurthan? I'm not dealing with this. And he walks away. I'm having a day. We'll get back to that later. Sip sees Arena, and with her is the giant mech dragon, just casually in the middle of town. Then we got Sneeze. If you haven't seen the Halloween one-off video, I strongly suggest if you want to know more about Sneeze. But the lowdown is he Sips his buddy, his number 1, and he can't talk because he's got no tongue. But what is he? Alright, let's move on. Also with her is an NPC from Alchemist Quarry, Abby. An adorable red panda who's not only a sweetheart and a gentle soul, but also a great massage therapist who can knock you the fuck out while dislocating your joints. Adorable. Everybody in the group adores her, even Sips. But not really today, though. Why is she here? What? She's one of Kinora's cursed furries. What? She was created by her. Created? Kinora could possess her at any time. What? Who knows how far her voodoo crazy magic goes? Possession? What? She could be listening through her giant red panda ears right now. My ears aren't that big. See? Sneeze gets it. What are you... Sips gets right into Abby's face. Look, Abby. Either you're with us, or you're against us. Choose. Yes? Okay, that sounds like possession talk to me. Whoa. You're being paranoid. Abby's been nothing but nice to us since we got here. She's a delicate flower, and I love her. I will not stand by while you threaten this perfect creature that... Where did she go? Then just behind Arena, we hear the giant mech dragon start up and take off. While we were too distracted arguing with each other, Abby became possessed by Kinora and steals our giant metallic death machine. This thing has 2 massive claws dealing 8d8 plus 13 damage per claw, 2 lasers with 20d6, and an EMP blast with a 100-foot radius at 20d6 that stuns for 1 round. And before you ask, yes, we did use this against the Trask, and no, it didn't really help as much as we wanted. So now this death machine is being piloted by a Kinora-possessed red panda. Oh no, this is good. This is really, really good. So Kinora thinks she got away with this instrument of destruction without a hitch, till Felix and the other players remembered one thing. Excuse me, what do you think you're doing? Our other player, Julian, the spell scale, was also on the dragon, doing maintenance. Now Julian is our calm, collected, and well-knowledgeable character. He's mostly known in our group as the Crafter. He knows knowledge robotics, so naturally, he's the guy who fixes our stuff. Well, I'm afraid it's too late, old man. This dragon is mine now. Your dragon. Why, yes, I'm the one driving it, aren't I? Julian pulls out a small remote. You may be driving it, but I own it. And Julian turns off the dragon, which starts to free fall at 10,000 feet in the air. Now you may be wondering, wouldn't you simply fly off the dragon, as no one is attached to it? Well, actually, each player has a set of big honkin' magnetic boots that allow us to stick to the dragon's metallic surface. However, you can turn off the magnetic function if you want to jump off the dragon. As Julian goes up to Abby while she's freaking out and turns off her magnetic boots, causing her to fly off to almost her death, till Julian grabs her. Now there's a 1,000-ton dragon just free falling towards the fast approaching surface, a screaming red panda girl, and a spell scale who don't give a flying flip. Say you're sorry. Turn this dragon right back on! I'll give you to the count of 3. Are you crazy? 1. You're going to die! 2. You're ugh! Kinora stops possessing Abby and... I'm sorry, Julian! See, was that so hard? Julian then tries to turn back on the dragon, but, you see, it takes a bit for it to start back up, kind of like a computer warming up. Yeah, and they don't have that time. Oh, crap. Well, I lived a good life. Then through all the madness, coming out of the clouds.
Your Than!
Could it be? Is it a savior to aid our heroes? No. It's Gorthan! Your Than.
Your Than.
Your Than? What? And before anyone can react, Gorthan rolls high enough to grab them before they plummet to their death. We're alive! What the hell is this thing? We all then see the dragon just hit the ground outside the city. They're probably fine. Woof. This video is sponsored by thedecofmany.com. Today's video is sponsored by thedecofmany.com.
The final episode of season 1.
Hey! 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 This one's gonna be a bit gory. And a bit crazy. I'm warning you now. So last we left off, we saw Kinora-possessed Red Panda essentially have a game of chicken with our spell scale on a giant mech dragon that later crashed outside of the city. Woof.
I'm
you know
surprised how it's...
Well, now let's rewind a bit. You see, while the whole dragon thing in the air was going on, Sips and Arena on the ground, we're also dealing with some shit. As after they see the dragon take off... Oh no, this is good. This is really, really good. They hear a familiar voice shout out in the distance. It's Gothy!
Yeah!
Finally, someone competent. Gothy, thank God. Did you find her? Did you find Kinora? What about the dragon? What about the dragon? It's fine. These things usually sort themselves out anyway. Did you find her? No. Couldn't find her anywhere. Though, Sips, doesn't she most likely have your severed hand? Yeah, probably. She's creepy like that. And don't you have the spell Locate Object? God damn it. So I used the spell Locate Object to essentially locate Sips' severed hand, which we classified as a weapon, in hopes to find Kinora. It's kind of like a radar thing, and pretty much determined that his hand is back It's City Hall. Where I just was! But this is good. I mean, your goal since the beginning has been to find your severed hand, right? She's right. Sips's goal since the beginning of the campaign has been to find his severed right hand to replace his cursed crocodile hand, curing the curse. And I had been caught up so much in the revenge aspect of killing Kinora that I forgot my goal. Okay, let's go kill a witch. We reach City Hall, have a tussle with some guards. Then we hear a falling giant mech dragon crash outside the city. They're probably fine. We make our way through City Hall and find a secret door in Kinora's office leading down a winding staircase.
Of course.
Okay, before we go down there, I want to make some ground rules. First of all, Kinora's mine. You guys can fight her crazy voodoo hand stuff, but I get to kill her. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no complaints here. Second, Sneeze, buddy. I know you're eager to murder this woman, but I need you to focus on finding my hand, alright? I know, just this fight's gonna be tough, and I need you to be on the sidelines on this one, okay? Look, we'll go to Baskin Hobgoblins for ice cream after, okay? Fine. I'll get you one of her ears. Why do you want one of her ears? We should go. Right. So remember.
Oh,
I call
yeah.
dibs. We
Only
leave Jawbone
Sips
to
is
guard
able
the
to
door
understand what
and
Sneeze
descend
is
down the
saying.
staircase to find ta-da!
Well, saying. He's
Kinora,
always silent.
who quickly spots us. Oh, well, looks like somebody remembered they had the spell locate object. What? No, I mean, yes. Shut up! I'm not here to talk. I'm here to kill you. Too bad. I figured out how you can cast magic. I could always share my findings with you. Nope, don't care. And Sips casts another lightning bolt, which goes wild. Oh, this is a good start. Creating a 70-foot permanent wild magic zone. So now everybody who casts any magic has a percentile chance that their magic can go wild. This is technically her fault since she gave me the damn curse. Pathetic. Shifting the blame. Sips dodges out of the way of her whips, and the battle is underway. Gothy and Arena attack her voodoo whippy hands as Sips is face to face with Kinora. And for a time, we even look like we're winning. But, there's always a but. While dodging one of Kinora's attacks, Sips rolls a natural 1. And the full force of Kinora's whip attack at 1d4 times an ungodly amount comes screaming down towards Sips. Then, through the madness coming from the sidelines, Sneeze jumps in front of Sips, taking the full brunt of the blows, saving Sips. Sneeze? What is this thing? Kinora then wraps the whips around Sneeze's neck. Move it. And with one swift move, decapitates Sneeze. Right in front of Sips. You know,
Never gets easier to
those
watch.
moments you have in D&D where time itself kind of slows down because something you can't believe just happened? Yeah, that's one of those moments as everyone around the table who was laughing and chatting becomes silent and realizes what just happened. Oh, thank God. What even was that thing? Kangaroo thing, monkey, cat. Well, we'll never know now. Look, I know you guys haven't known Sneeze for too long, but he was Sips' best friend. He was like a brother to him, and now his severed head is lying in his lap. And I don't think I ever told you
beige
guys
rabbity thing?
what causes Sips' curse
A
to
beige
grow.
lagalac?
What really
I think
triggers
that's
it.
what
Stress.
Max's species is called.
Emotional stress. As Sips lets out a blood-curdling scream at the sight of his dead friend, and his curse grows instantly to 50%. You think you've seen Sips mad before? Yeah, you ain't seen nothing. Sip shoots off a spell at Kinora, which turns wild. This is gonna be a lot of wild magic roulette, which creates a 10-foot deep pit underneath everyone in front of him. Sips jumps down. First, I was planning to just kill you, but now I see I need to make this hurt. Ooh, made the monkey mad by killing his pet monkey cat thing. I'm trying. Sip shoots off another spell, which becomes wild again, ripping a hole into reality, creating a one-way portal to the fire plane.
Nice.
I might use that later. Gothi then also casts a spell at Kinora, which also goes wild. Well, this is new for me, causing her and Kinora to switch clothes. Sips then slaps Gothi's mask off of Kinora. Whew. Oh, thank God. Almost gave away some of my plot right there. Sips then manages to finally cast a proper spell, Choke. Yes, I know. Grabbing and smashing Kinora to the back of the wall like some Jedi Force shit. Then he stabs his crocodile hand right into her guts, essentially torturing her as it makes her cry out in agony. Should we stop this? Give him 10 minutes. 5 minutes. Maybe go find his hand. Yep, I said it was going to get gory. And a little crazy. You see, as Sips's curse grows more and more, he becomes closer and closer to chaotic evil. And right now, at 50%, he's fighting for control against the curse. So yeah, he's a big cray-cray right now. You know, I didn't think I could hate you more, but you know, here we are. You take away my hand, you take away my... Kinora laughs, and Sips breaks her arm, which then Kinora keeps laughing. Okay, we can all agree this lady's crazier than I am right now, right? Sips, I can tell you so much. Why you can cast magic, why you're more sentient than a normal awakened creature, what happened that night. Don't care. Don't you want to know your potential, your purpose? Purpose? My purpose is to kill you and to make you feel every agonizing moment of it. Okay, calm down there, edgelord. Damn! Then she starts to mumble some witch doctor hoodoo jibber jabber. Okay, lady, I think we're done here. Then, without warning, Sips feels an immense amount of agonizing energy run through his whole body, causing him to scream out in pain. Kinora's chants some voodoo hoodoo about calling upon the god of the second sun or whatever, I don't know. Then she passes out like the little bitch she is. Sips grabs his head as it feels like it's gonna burst. You know that really bad migraine you've had before? Yeah, times it by like 1,000 as the room starts to crackle with wild magic that just shoots off of his body. His curse slowly starts to creep up and grow 60%, 70%, 80%. If he gets to 100, if he reaches that point, it's probably game over. You don't know what will happen. He could become Kinora's minion, or crazy unstoppable crocodile killing machine that has a lot of teeth. A lot of teeth. Either way, it's not good. He's panicking, I'm panicking, everybody around the table is panicking. Arena? Time to get Sips's hand. It's not that easy. Just look for a monkey hand. There's a lot of monkey hands. Look for the one flipping you off. Found it. There we go. Further and further, Sips is losing himself and panicking. Did I mention the panicking? Arena throws Gothi the hand, who runs up to Sips, slices off his cursed right hand, slams down his original hand, instantly fusing it to his skin. Magic. Then there's silence, as the growing of the curse just stops. Then he passes out. Whoop. Yeah, as the source of the curse was now severed, the curse is cured and starts to recede back. Arena then picks up Kinora's unconscious body and throws her right into the one-way portal to the fire plane. Another job well done. You took out all my stuff out of her pockets, right? Like my potions, ingredients, gold.
Another job well
Are you
done.
This video is sponsored by thedecomini.com. They make
All right. Well, that's the end of season 1. Season 2 starts in the quest for Sneeze. That's when season 2 starts. So yeah, hopefully I'll watch that sometime soon. I don't know. But have a great day, everyone, and bye.